Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Going to give you a very thorough overview of the article here. Need to give you a trigger warning. This is a very dark subject. It involves the murder of a 1-year-old baby girl. We don't know her name. There's a link in the description. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. This is an incident, a tragic incident which occurred, I believe, last Sunday in Louisiana. The specific location, if I understand correctly, is called La Place, if that's the town. And I believe the district or such is called St. John's Parish, Louisiana. Police were called out to reports of a juvenile not breathing. Medical crews and police noted that the 1-year-old baby girl had bruises on her face and body. A coroner's report determined that the 1-year-old baby girl died from blunt force trauma. Her death was deemed a homicide. Who are the two people that we're seeing in front of us? Well, the guy on the right is an absolute scumbag. His name is Renard Robinson, 23 years of age. He's the mother's boyfriend. The mother is on the left. Her name, if I pronounce it correctly, perhaps I won't. Kiara, is that what we're going with? Kiara Dillon. She's the mother. She's the mother's boyfriend. Guess what? That's right. The mother's boyfriend has confessed to slamming the 1-year-old baby girl into the floor multiple times, repeatedly. A 1-year-old baby girl, this fucking piece of shit scumbag. Mother's boyfriend, there's a term we hear time and time again. Slammed the 1-year-old baby girl into the floor repeatedly. She died of blunt force trauma. A homicide. Why did he do this horrendous thing? Why was he so barbaric, so brutal? Why did he kill his girlfriend's 1-year-old baby girl? An innocent child. Why did he do that? His reasoning is because she would not stop crying. We've heard that before as well. The child would not stop crying. It's a 1-year-old baby, you fucking moron. Babies cry. I'm not a parent. We all fucking know that babies cry. You don't need to be a parent to know that. Babies cry. You don't harm the child, really, for any reason, but you certainly don't harm the child for crying. You don't harm a baby in any way, shape, or form purposefully. You fucking slammed the baby into the floor multiple times. You're sick. You're sick, and you need to be given the death penalty if that's an option in Louisiana. Hopefully it is. If it is, lock it in. If it isn't, you need to be locked away for life. You are sick in the head. You are insane. You're a psychopath. He's been charged with second-degree murder. I don't understand why it's second degree. I'm no legal expert. Why isn't it first-degree murder? I don't understand that, personally. In fact, I feel a little bit aggrieved by that, Louisiana. This scumbag needs to be tried to the highest extent. Not given a lesser charge. My understanding is that second-degree murder is a lesser charge. Is that because he was angry in the moment? Is that the reasoning? I'm genuinely interested, but at the same time, I'm genuinely disgusted. If that's going to give him a lighter sentence, if that's going to deny him the death penalty, then I don't support that. The sheriff also alleges that the scumbag, Renard Robinson, knocked the 1-year-old into bedposts. So that's what the sheriff believes, that he was knocking the 1-year-old into bedposts. He was, I don't know, torturing her. I don't know if this was abuse on an ongoing basis. We're told that the coroner's report clearly states that the baby girl died from blunt force trauma, that her death was a homicide. We're not given any further details. I am wondering if there is evidence of ongoing injuries, other incidences where she was abused, beaten. I would not be surprised. Somebody in my comment section has previously said, and by the way, you guys are excellent in the comment section. Somebody said that, these things don't happen. They don't come from nowhere. You don't go from 0 to 100 in regards to probably any type of crime, but in regards to child abuse, it doesn't come from anywhere. If this guy has it within him to do what he did, forgive me, I'm going to repeat it. He slammed the baby girl into the floor repeatedly. If he's got it within him to do that, if he is that psychopathic, I would not be surprised if he had harmed the baby girl in a number of ways since her birth. By the way, we don't know if he's the father. We don't know. I mean, I presume he isn't. The article's describing her as the mom's boyfriend, not as the father. So I'm now going to talk about the mother a little bit. I'm going to victim blame. To an extent. Is she a victim? Well, in some regards, she's a victim. Her child has been murdered. Yeah, typically you would view that situation as being a victim. But this bitch, this whore, this banshee chose to protect her boyfriend. So obviously she's been interviewed by police. Does she tell the truth? And the truth is that the boyfriend confessed to her. He confessed to her that he had repeatedly slammed the baby girl into the floor, killing her. He had confessed to her. Did she pass that information on to the police? No, she fucking didn't. She was told that before she called the police, but she told the police that another child had harmed her baby girl. It was another child's fault. It wasn't the boyfriend's fault. No, the boyfriend didn't do anything wrong, according to the mother. Can you believe that? Her child is murdered by blunt force trauma in the horrendous way that I've already mentioned. Her boyfriend has admitted to her that he's the one that did it. I just killed your child. And what's her initial reaction? She calls the police and said, oh, somebody else did it. Another child did it. Her initial reaction is to protect her boyfriend that just killed her 1-year-old child. What the fuck is wrong with you? Woman. Her name, Kiara Dillon, if that's how we pronounce it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Police, investigators, the medical examiner, everyone concerned can see through their pack of lies immediately. As I say, he's been charged with second-degree murder. She's been charged with accessory after the fact. Trying to cover up the crime to protect her boyfriend. They're both in jail. We don't know the details of their bonds. I would hope that they're very high, particularly for the psychopathic boyfriend. We're also told that a 4-year-old boy also lives in the home. We don't know how he's related to them. Maybe he's her son. Maybe he's his son. But either way, thankfully, that 4-year-old boy has been placed in protective custody. Hopefully, he never sees either of these two scumbags again. That's pretty much it. Full condolences to the extended family concerned. But I'm going to carry on with a little bit of the victim bashing. Hope you don't mind too much. Okay, so absolutely, this mother who has just lost her child, absolutely, she is a banshee of the highest order, absolutely. Her immediate reaction was to protect the murderer of her child. She attempted to protect the murderer of her own child. She did not need to do that. She had the opportunity to speak with police. You know, once she's in the investigation room or once the deputies arrive, she has the opportunity to speak with the police and to say, my boyfriend, Reynard Robinson, 23 years of age from Louisiana, has confessed to me that he murdered my child. He's confessed to me what he did. He slammed her into the floor time and time again because she wouldn't stop crying. I need you, officers, to arrest this scumbag, this piece of filth. And I need you to give me some safety, some security. I fear for my life. I fear for the life of the 4-year-old boy that lives in the family home. I need to be protected. We need to be protected from this scumbag. So I will give you all the information that you need so that you can go ahead and prosecute, charge, and arrest the scumbag boyfriend that just killed my 1-year-old baby girl. But I'm going to need some assurance that I'm provided with safety and security, some housing for an endangered woman. Is that the right term? I would be shocked and surprised if Louisiana did not have such means to offer a woman in her situation. I would be shocked and surprised and disgusted if that were the case. She could have done that. I'm guaranteed that she could have done that. She could have openly stated to the police that her boyfriend was guilty of this heinous act, and she would not need to fear repercussions because she would have been provided with adequate, ample security, as would have been the 4-year-old boy. But she didn't do that. Her instinct, her knee-jerk reaction was to protect her boyfriend, despite knowing that he had just killed her 1-year-old daughter. It's just mind-boggling. She's a fucking banshee. I'm going to just throw a couple more comments on top of that. Outside of that, why was she with this guy? The child is 1 year of age. Where's the father? Am I allowed to say those things? Is that too judgmental of me? Am I too much of a stick in the mud? Where's the father? The baby's 1 year old. And the father's already gone. Why is that? You hooking up with somebody else? Why is that? Why are you having children when you don't have like a steady father that's willing and able to stick around, to look after you, to look after the child? Why are you hooking up with someone who's clearly a psychopath? Why are you endangering your child and yourself and the other 4-year-old boy, presumably your son? Why are you doing that? It's so wrong and selfish. You know, women, if you have a child, let's say out of wedlock, although, you know, marriage is kind of outdated nowadays or such. But if you have a child and you're not in a long-term relationship, well, then you've made a big mistake. But you ought not make an even bigger mistake by hooking up with somebody who's violent and can do harm to yourself or your child. So, you know, these women that become mothers, that become single mothers, they really need to apply a lot more discretion. The mother's been charged with accessory after the fact. I hope Louisiana is going to take that charge very seriously. I hope they both serve a lot of time in jail. Obviously, the boyfriend in particular, he's the one guilty of such a sick act. But then, so too the mother. She protected him. I'm going to wrap things up here at this point, guys. If you've stuck around, thank you very much. Please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and take care.